profile report story. Tilda Midoriya Pav Tilda. Deku. Deku wake up. I felt a gentle touch shake me awake as my eyes adjusted to the light of the morning. Uraraka, I said with a yawn while rubbing my eyes. My eyes started to focus and I saw Uraraka already dressed for the day. Her hair was still somewhat messy and her face bore a tone of red. Daddy, I heard to my left and saw Eri with a big smile on her face. Good morning, Eri, I said and sat up from the bed. We've got to get ready, Deku. After all, we need to start thinking of a plan. A plan? What plan? And for what? Ochako smiled. Well, we still have to go to school, Deku. Today is Sunday and we need to be able to figure out where Eri will be during class time. And she paused and she started to scratch the back of her head as she looked away. With a blush, Ochako mumbled something under her breath that started with, Arda. But I wanna be there. Eri looked both happy and sad at whatever Ochako said, which made me more curious. What did she say? Also, more importantly, was yesterday a dream? No, that can't be. After all, you can't sleep for a whole day, right? Right, right, I said, sort of out of it. I'm going to make breakfast, so why don't you take a shower in the meantime, Izuku? After saying that, she blushed and walked out of the room. Eri sighed and looked at me. Mama is being shy right now, why? I honestly don't know, Eri. Hey, Papa, yes, you love Mama, right? I flushed red and chuckled a little. Yes, Eri, I love her. Eri smiled and walked towards the door. Before leaving, she grinned at me and started to giggle. Then kiss her, she said, and then rushed out, closing the door behind her. I blushed even more and got up from the bed. Kiss her, huh? I shook my head and sighed. I could never do that. I nearly fainted when she kissed me on the cheek. I touched my lips with my hand and smiled faintly. I want to kiss her though. Tilda Ochako Pav Tilda. I'm going to make breakfast, so why don't you take a shower in the meantime, Izuku? I said and blushed immediately. I then turned after and walked out of the room before he would notice. My face turned red and I sank to the floor. Why is it so difficult to say his first name? Just say Izuku. I blushed again and sighed. I am even blushing about thinking of saying his name. Anyways, start making breakfast, Ochako. Breakfast, I told myself as I walked to the kitchen. Promoted stories. You'll also like. Fox Clan VX Male Reader, Smut. 26.3K 182. V is from the Fox Clan. And you're from the Oni Clan. Both of your clans were wiped out by a great evil. Even though the two of you are from rival clans, you make a truce. Arranged to Love, an arranged marriage story. 18.2K 518. It's a story where two people come together, one thinks it's destiny whereas another think it's luck. Their journey with their friends with lot of twists and turns. But, Ishq Ki Kahani. 4.5M 246K and quad. Stop trying to act like my fiance because I don't give a damn about you. And quad. His words echoed through the room, breaking my remaining hopes. Alize, the badass. Forever. Mono X6, Little Nightmares. 18.4K 750. Cover by Gabawook, the sequel to the first book in the series, and quad, together, and quad. I highly recommend you read that book first so you can be all caught up on the events. Wunanihahodine. 383K 21.8K. Warning, warning, party Taithkuma Samipyi Lutatyautna Youth Kamatal. Eliuik Kyawantotalo Teshinkitnatal. Kankauntar Taithkik Suk Kyawantatko Mamhatnapu. H. Katamashite CEO Nay. Rain, adopted. 113K 3.2K. This is an adopted story from at M_Spriggs titled Rain, that I will be adding onto. Quirkless one day, as Ochako Uraraka walked back to Ua, she found herself caught in DC superhero girls Zatanna, Z Zatara, X Ma. 21.4K 193. A new student who is a magician meets a beautiful girl who is a magician like him. Number 1 on Zizatara, January 29, 21, the 6th of April 22, March 17, 23, the 10th of July 24. Mama, Ari ran to me with a mischievous smile. Can I help you? Of course you can, sweetheart. So cute how she wants to help with everything. But she has also been through so much. I am happy that she can now, finally have a childhood. And Deku and I will do our best to make sure it stays that way. Ari and I started to steam some rice to go with the grilled fish for breakfast. Ari was getting me all the spices with I cooked the food and she ended up becoming the so-called spice master, apparently. Hey, mommy, Ari said with setting up the table. Yes, I turned around and put the food in the center of the dining table. Can I have a candy apple? She said with a big smile. Too cute, but, not right now, Ari. We haven't even had breakfast yet. Ari sighed and then looked at me again. Please, she said with her baby doll eyes gazing right into my heart and soul. Too effective. I sighed in utter defeat. After breakfast, but you have to brush your teeth after, okay? Yay, your mother is right, Ari. I looked around to see Deizuku with a towel on his head. Let's eat, I said, and we all sat down at the table. Itadakimasu, we all said together as a family. We quickly finished our breakfast, however, something was different. First of all, Ari was eating her breakfast rather quickly so that she could start to eat her candy apple. Second of all, I would notice that Izuku would sometimes look at me, and when I caught him doing this, he would look away quickly. Ari finished her candy apple with delight and quickly went to brush her teeth and get my her 13 jacket from her room. Meanwhile, I started to clear the table while Deku volunteered to clean the dishes. So cute, but why doesn't he say anything about yesterday? Does he not remember? No, impossible. Right, I mean, I looked up at Izuku again and blushed slightly. A date, huh? But when? Where? ACO, Ochako. I blinked and was brought back to reality only to see a cute cinnamon roll staring at me with concern. Yeah, well, you where I'm starting and well. He paused and his face grew red as he scratched the back of his head looking away. When should we go on the date? I mean, I don't want to rush anything, but I just want to know when. So adorable. He is in his mumble storm now. PFF'd. I started to laugh and I smiled at Izuku. How about next weekend? He smiled his Midoriya cinnamon roll smile back at me. That would be perfect. How can his smile almost kill someone with joy? What's perfect? Tilda awkward pav change tilde. Tilde Midoriya pav tilde. Ochako, Ochako, I said while waving my hand. Yeah, well, you where I'm staring and well, I paused and nervously scratched the back of my head looking away. Why are you so awkward? When should we go on the date? I mean, I don't want to rush anything, but I just want to know when, I said with a blush rising to my cheeks. PFF'd. I heard a sweet voice laughing and smiled to follow after. How about next weekend? I smiled brightly at the girl that I loved. That would be perfect. What's perfect? Your mother, Ari, I responded also immediately. I watched as Ochako's face grew a bright red while Ari simply giggled as she jumped up and down. Oh no, what did I just say? Wait, I didn't mean it like that. I just automatically responded. Wait, I am not saying you aren't perfect. You are perfect, and there are many ways to describe perfectly. Nothing can be perfect, but people can strive to be perfectly perfect like you, and well, perfect is impossible. But you're perfect, in your own way, of course. That's not a bad thing because you're you. And Ochako simply put a finger on my mouth and looked away. I watched as her face was now the color of an apple and she covered her face with her other hand. Meanwhile, Ari was laughing like crazy as she watched me embarrass myself. What did I just do? Let's start heading to the school now. Ochako said, walking towards the door to the house, still bright as a tomato and not looking at me. Okay, perfectly perfect, mommy, Ari said as she grabbed my hand and led me outside following Ochako. I am such an idiot. Blank, underscore, blank, underscore, I know, this chapter kind of sucks, I am sorry. I didn't read over it, as always, greater than underscore less than. I am also sorry that I didn't update last week. I have summer assignment to do now and I also got distracted. Cough cough, totally not, because I have been playing Overwatch, cough cough asterisk. I will update as soon as I can, also still thinking and doing the medieval chapter idea. Also the Q&A is still open if you want to ask anything. I will probably keep it open till next update, it won't interfere with regular updates. And as always, stay safe guys. Tilda the Final Night Fury.